The sea is everything. It covers 7/10 of the terrestrial globe. Its breath is pure and healthy. It is an immense desert where man is never lonely, for he feels life stirring on all sides. Jules Verne. Here are 25 deep sea mysteries and oddities that will leave you baffled. 25. Thought to be the reason for many alleged sea serpent sightings, the giant oarfish can reach up to 36 feet or 11 meters long. That's bigger than a shipping container. Previously assumed to be quite rare, these mostly unknown creatures seem to be more common than once thought. 24. There may be no sunlight at the bottom of the ocean, but some bacteria near hydrothermal vents use the vents' dim red glow to photosynthesize and produce food for themselves. Scientists are still trying to figure out how it's all possible. 23. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, listens to sounds from oceans all over the world. Most have been identified, but the sound known as upsweep remains elusive to understand. Upsweep is a few seconds of narrowband upsweeping sounds and is most active in spring and autumn. 22. The vampire squid is a bizarre creature which produces some of its own light through glowing tentacle tips and spots on its sides. If disturbed, it can eject an ink which glows. 21. The Baltic anomaly is a still unknown item in the Baltic Sea, which some say could be a pre-Ice Age artifact or a Nazi anti-submarine device. Oddly, divers' electrical equipment stops functioning within 650 feet or 200 meters, and a strong radio signal comes off from just near the item. 20. One of the more commonly referenced deep-sea creatures, the anglerfish, has an appendage coming out of its forehead with a light on the end. It uses this to lure prey in before devouring them with its oversized mouth. 19. The bloop is another sound picked up by the NOAA in the Pacific, but what makes it unique is that it was detected at monitoring stations over 3,100 miles or 5,000 kilometers apart. The NOAA has now concluded it was ice breaking off a glacier, but some of its scientists still believe it could be a massive marine creature. 18. The year 1968 saw the still unexplained loss of submarines by 4 countries: the United States, Russia, Israel, and France. Some say the losses could have been government cover-ups, or, at least in the US case, the nuclear-tipped torpedoes misfiring into the vessel. 17. Nicknamed a sea gooseberry, this species of ctenophore has long, sticky tentacles it uses to catch small particles and animals. Unlike most jellyfish, it doesn't sting. 16. The aviation industry has experienced numerous unexplained sea disappearances since its founding. Most recently with the Malaysian Airlines MH370 jet, one of the most famous pioneers, Amelia Earhart, also disappeared mysteriously. She and co-pilot Fred Noonan disappeared over the Pacific Ocean in 1937. Millions of dollars have been funneled into finding out the plane's whereabouts with no success. Rumors include running out of gas or being killed by Japanese troops for spying. 15. You might think nothing can live beneath the sea floor, but scientists recently discovered bacteria living 1,000 feet or 300 meters below it. Found by drilling through sediment and crust, the bacteria was feeding off residue many millions of years old. 14. Looking kind of like a boat rudder, the big fin squid was first seen off the Hawaiian coast in the mid-2000s and has been scarcely photographed. Including its tentacles, it can reach lengths of up to 16 feet or 5 meters long. 13. Snails aren't the first animal which come to mind when thinking about body armor, but the newly discovered battle snail in the Indian Ocean uses iron compounds in the form of scales to protect its fleshy foot. The US military is even researching the snail to improve its battle armor. 12. Looking like long lipstick containers, hydrothermal ventworms have neither a mouth nor digestive system. Thus, they rely on a relationship with bacteria which use chemicals to make food the worms can absorb. 11. Using hooks under its arms, the Gonadus onyx squid holds on to its huge egg mass for many months at a time before they hatch. Talk about a helicopter parent. 10. Most people think of coral reefs as tropical installations, but we've recently discovered there are also cold water reefs, many of which are being destroyed by trawling vessels. Scientists are in the early stages of study, but they have found a reef off Norway's coast covering 39 square miles, or 100 square kilometers. 9. Only 2 of the eel species Leptocephalus giganteus were ever found, and both were larvae. The first, found off the coast of South Africa, was 6 feet long, and extrapolated to adult size, could measure over 70 feet, or 21 meters long. 8. Sometimes called a living fossil due to its primitive features, the frilled shark is a rarely seen animal which may trap its prey by crimping its body and leaping forward like a snake. 7. While researching marine life at the bottom of the very deep Suruga Bay, Japanese scientists put bait out to attract marine life. Something they weren't expecting was a shark at least 30 feet or 9 meters long showing up to the party. Some say it's the largest Pacific sleeper shark on record, a third larger than the next closest, but some say it's proof the massive and prehistoric megalodon still exists. 6. The closest comparison being an underwater tornado, whirlpools exist above some deep sea vents. In certain conditions, they can break away and swirl around like flying saucers, bringing heat, chemicals, and organisms across the ocean. It's like the wind's uptake of a dandelion's spores. 5. A massive ocean creature, the giant squid has made a lot of noise in the media, but relatively little is known about it. Measuring up to 43 feet or 13 meters long and weighing up to 1,000 pounds or 450 kilograms, the first live giant squid was filmed in July 2012. 4. But if you thought it couldn't get any bigger than the giant squid, think again. There's even less known about the colossal squid, which has eyes bigger than your hand. It predominantly lives in the Antarctic and has 25 rotating hooks on the end of each tentacle. 3. On the Pacific Ring of Fire lies a lake, a very special lake, because it's both underwater and made entirely of molten sulfur. 1,300 feet or 400 meters below sea level, the area teems with life, including crabs and shrimp specially designed for this bizarre condition. 2. Firing out a beam of red light from beneath each eye, the bioluminescent dragonfish is the only animal that can see the red light of other dragonfish. That's the ultimate in unbreakable secret code. 1. The Macropinna is a fish with a very rare and little understood composition. Its head is covered by a transparent, fluid-filled dome. Beyond that, it has barrel-shaped eyes which point up through the dome while it's horizontal in the water and can be rotated forward if it changes positions. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 2 videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.